Cody Rhodes, too smart for his own good, books himself into a 20-minute Broadway at a shit show that was called Fyter Fest. Okay, I don't know if they were trying to be coy or if this was one big, Andy Kaufman style gag.
No, I think they want Darby Allin on their shit full time. They didn't want to job him out to fucking quality.
But I mean, like the caliber of how bad the show was, and it was like kind of a ripoff of Fyter Fest, which was a classic, historic train wreck and fraud.
Yeah. Right.
I just wonder if this was like some sort of a like Andy Kaufman style gag, on like a quadruple meta level.
I don't think they're that smart,
What? Yeah. Why was it called Fyter Fest? Was it? I don't understand.
Because it was fucking parodying Fyter Fest, which is. Do you know what Fyter Fest was?
Yeah, the Ja Rule baby thing. Yeah.
I didn't watch any of those documentaries though about Fyter Fest.
It was good. The one on Netflix is pretty solid.
Word.
But I wasn't. So what were the matches at this thing? Wait, what did we miss last week? Should we talk about Tommy Dreamer wanting to commit murder suicide at WrestleMania?
That's a great way to open up the show, Tom. So allegedly, Tommy Dreamer came out this week and said that he had an idea at WrestleMania 17 to pop out of the crowd and commit a double murder suicide on Paul Heyman. So he was going to kill Paul Heyman live and then murder himself on television. And somehow good old Jim Ross talked him out of it. Which just adds to a growing list of Tommy Dreamer's legacy in terms of the brilliance behind the man, if you will. If you'll grant me that.
What brilliance are you speaking of?
The pinky, the finger shit, House of Hardcore, the guy's a genius.
Right, but he wasn't going to be a genius if he committed murder-suicide.
No, he'd be dead.
Right, and a murderer.
Well, yeah, that's true. All right. You know what? It's time for our opening contest. We're starting with the South. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Fyter Fest.
No. Not yet.
Like, no.
I Kevin Dungeff. We're going right into the South. All right.
First one up. Sent us the brackets.
I'm going to read them off. Why do you need to see the brackets beforehand? You should know all these songs.
Go ahead.
All right. Don't go ahead, me. I'll go ahead when I want to go ahead.
The champ says go ahead.
Oh,
first match.
That again.
First match. Stone Cold Steve Austin's Glass Shatters going up against My World, Jeff Jarrett. Tom, you're the champ. You got the first entrance. Who you got and why?
I do love My World by Jeff Jarrett.
Who doesn't?
I think I'm more likely to sing My World to myself. Like a song that will pop into my head.
Fair.
So I think I'm going to go with My World over Glass Shatters by Stone Cold.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Ricky, who you got?
Oh, Glass Shatters. I don't know what this My World, Jeff Jarrett. I've never heard this.
Just pop it on real quick.
Okay, hold on.
Pop it on. Go to the film.
Let's go to the tape.
It's actually an electric song.
Mm-hmm. Well then,
that, like screaming guitar.
While I'm looking this up, then what is your pick then?
I was gonna pick Stone Cold Steve Austin. I like My World, but Glass Shatters, both the instrumental version, the Jim Johnson version and the Disturbed version are fucking old timers. Yes. Just like when that fucking glass actually shatters in the theme. God damn, like I don't know if there's a more like get hyped moment in any sport or form of entertainment, as soon as that glass fucking breaks and you know who's about to come out. Oh, dude, right? Exactly. And then the fucking instruments hit.
Brutals.
Yeah.
I am also going to go with Glass Shatters. I didn't like that, whatever that fake Rage Against the Machine stuff was. But I'm going to go ahead and go with
I don't think I'd call My World fake Rage Against the Machine, but
you're fake Rage Against the Machine.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was a great comeback.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Glass Shatters.
All right, next up. Can you dig it? Booker T's theme song. Going up against Limp Bizkit classic Rollin', which was performed for Mark Undercarter Calloway. The Undercarter. Undercarter. Dead man, no draws. No drawing. What? No drawing. Huh? I'm going Rollin'.
Yeah,
That's another classic. That's a great fucking song.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Undertaker too. Undertaker, not Undercarter. I don't know what this Undercarter.
Nope, that's speak Carter. Undercarter. Mean Mark Undercard away.
Undercard away.
Tom, were you gonna vote otherwise?
No, I was gonna vote for Undertaker.
Okay. I like to hear the opposing arguments, even if I don't disagree with it.
With Can You Dig It? I don't like Booker T's theme anyway.
Oh, that's kind of racist.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry to hear that, Ricky, that you're a terrible bigot.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it.
Who would have thought?
Right.
Who would have thought?
I'm going to say this one for last. Imagine that.
Who would have thought?
Next up. This could be a repeat of Bash at the Beach. We've got Billy Kidman's You Can Run going up against a repeat in a spiritual sense, not like an exact replica. Billy Kidman's You Can Run going up against I Walk Alone by Batista. Not by Batista, for Batista. By Saliva for Batista. Ricky, who you got?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go Batista. But barely.
What? So I know you like Billy Kidman. What made you go Batista over Kidman?
Because it just slaps harder. I don't know. It
does.
There's nothing against Kidman's theme. You know what it is? If I were to rate these themes on WWE 2K19, Kidman's theme is like an 89, but Batista's like a 90. He's just a little bit more speed, a little bit more strength to it.
I walk for miles inside this pit of danger. Tom, who you got?
Oh, it's not even a question for me. It's Batista's Walk Alone.
Yeah, same. It's a blowout.
Right.
Even though Billy Kidman's is fucking gangster as shit.
Right.
And I say that in the most unironic sense. Both delivery and intent. But I Walk Alone is dude, that's a potential South Division champion.
Ooh.
If not like a North-South representative. And then the last match of the South Division for this round, Seth Rollins, Burn It Down, going up against Line in the Sand, Evolution.
Ooh.
Let me go first. All right, Motorhead might be the best artist for theme songs in WWE, WWF history, I think. Just in terms of the quality. The way you can go with the trumpets or the clock ticking at the beginning and the lyrics. But I'm a pump up guy. I need something that's going to make me want to run through a fucking brick wall. While Line in the Sand makes me want to stand up and be a champion, Burn It Down makes me want to kip up, fucking punch a hole through my exposed brick wall in my townhouse here in Baltimore, which is fantastic, by the way.
Oh.
And just go bananas. So I'm going to go Burn It Down. I just love the fucking heavy guitar. I'm going Seth Rollins.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Tom, who you got and why?
I like both of these theme musics equally as theme music, so I think it's going to come down to just a genre preference for and as far as genre preference, I prefer that classic metal vibe as opposed to the new metal. So we're going Evolution, Line in the Sand.
Well, new metal was really in like the late 90s.
Speed metal.
90s. Okay. That was thrash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was early 90s, late 80s with Metallica, thrash metal.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying, though. I'm just fucking...
Anthrax.
Yeah. Fuck Anthrax, dude.
Yeah, Anthrax had one good song. Indians.
Yeah, well, that's one more than you got.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure Ricky's dropped like an LP in his day.
Yeah, definitely would. Yeah.
Under front some fucking pseudonism.
I'm gonna go with this is a tough one. Actually it's not a tough one. I hate Seth Rollins' theme. I hate it. I don't.
How did you say it was tough and then say you hate the theme?
Because I don't want to. Because I know you like the theme, but I mean,
I'm fine with Evolution. I'm not gonna this isn't my AJ Styles Daniel Bryan moment. I'm not salty about it. I know I'm probably not right, even though I was right against in Styles Bryan. Objectively, I was right, and you guys were wildly wrong, worldly wrong. Not embarrassingly wrong, but it's a fine choice here. Whatever.
I get it. As a theme song is great, but now remember now how Tom likes metal. I guess I really love that disgusting Chelsea Grin knocked loose kind of metal. You know what I mean? And this Seth Rollins is this almost hard for radio rock that this is. I don't like it. It's not hard enough.
That's fair.
If it was harder, or if it had a better groove,
harder.
Oh my god!
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like a dick.
Yeah. And
I don't get it.
Oh no!
All right.
Oh gosh. But anyway,
so our semifinals, we're stacked on semis this week. Next week we have Glass Shatters going up against Roland, and this so you guys think about it. Glass Shatters going up against Roland, and then Lion in the Sand going up against I Walk Alone. So an Evolution double whammy, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's talk Fyter Fest.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me pull up the card. Did you guys watch the whole thing?
No, I watched the Janela and Moxley match, and I watched a little bit of the match before that. So I can't make an educated. I'll talk about the Moxley match. I liked it a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you like about it? 20 minutes even.
Yeah, it was a fine match actually.
It was just fun, dude. It wasn't I'm not saying it's an all-star match. It was just entertaining. And it was entertaining in a main event. It had some decent spots, nothing groundbreaking, but it was still fun to watch. I cringed a bit at the feet and the fucking thumbtacks, but I thought it was fine. I'm not going to go and just shit on it, just to shit on it. I enjoyed the match.
And to their credit, the spots weren't that grotesque. You know what I mean? It was the feet onto the thumbtacks it's kind of cheesy, but at the same time it's safe-ish. I'm glad they had that instead of fluorescent tubes or anything like that, anything real nasty. And they both didn't bleed from the head or anything. It was just they had some scars, but it was just a pretty safe match. I loved the match. It was great. But the other matches on the card, Darby Allin took some nasty bumps.
Nasty.
Speaking of nasty bumps, chair shot to the head.
Ooh, man, can't do that.
What do you guys think? I see a lot of I see a lot of rumors that this was a gimmicked chair.
The chair was bent to hell.
No, I don't think the chair was fucking gimmick. I think that's just an excuse from fanboys. Mm-hmm. I think it was just an unsafe shot. He fucking dude, chairs they move. I think Spears was just lucky enough to hit him on the top part and give enough leverage to it where it could push back. He still fucking clocked him with the under rim of it, and it's still a goddamn chair being, battered at you by a 235-pound muscular guy. So. It's Cody's fault, by the way. It's not Sean Spears' fault. It's Cody's fault for taking the bump like that.
Yeah, and he has 12 staples in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys know that this is a rehash of an FCW storyline?
No.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny that they still really haven't done any original matches.
Wait, is Cody Dillinger an FCW feud?
Well, he was like Sean Spears at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it today on Reddit. Somebody posted it as if it was not as if it was more interesting than it was ironic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, it's just ironic.
It's like rain.
Stop. That's enough.
On your wedding day.
That's enough.
It's a free ride.
Dude,
Okay.
Alanis Morissette's terrible, dude.
What?
She's bad.
What?
She's literally, dude, if we're talking female vocalists in the 90s, the Cranberries, John was better than her.
Well, that's not saying much. But who outsold who? Alanis Morissette outsold the Cranberries.
Stevie Nicks outsold Alanis Morissette.
I'm a big Paramore fan.
That's not 90s.
You can't be too careful anymore.
I'm a big Taylor Swift guy. If you want to talk draws, brother, Taylor Swift is where it's at.
She performed at SU, man.
Did she? Oh, yeah, in her early days.
Yeah. She was 16.
People forget we were bouncers for Jay Sean. And
Rejects.
Who else were we?
The Real Big Fish.
Jason Derulo. Jay Sean and Jason Derulo.
The Real Big Fish.
And Fabulous.
Dude, remember Jake Hayes?
Yeah.
Him and fucking Ryan Hogue and like two other people ended up playing basketball with Jason Derulo and like three of his boys.
Word?
In Mags. Yeah, big on it, but still.
I know. I've always heard stories about the All American Rejects concert, though. I guess it was the semester before I started, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
The All American Rejects?
Yeah.
Where was I?
And there's a great picture of Todd Loomis with Taylor Swift, though.
Oh, nice.
Is she struggling to get away? Caught in a trap.
She looked really sweet.
I'm sure she's super nice.
Well, I mean, she's not now, but she's all
and rich and hot.
Yeah, she's all woke now. So,
Adam Page won a
but before
four-way match.
To quote Mike Francesa, who cares?
Before we go to that, can I tell you how much I love the chair shot? It was the best move of the night.
Really?
I wish they do it again. Yeah,
Ricky, it's unsafe.
You bloodthirsty fuck.
Yeah, you're bloodthirsty, dude. You're a barbarian.
This was absolutely Cody's call for Sean Spears, the guy they started together in OVW in 2006. He put all of his trust into a veteran guy like Sean Spears, and he said, "Go ahead and do it. This will give us." I mean, it was mixed results. I mean, mixed reactions and whatnot. A lot of people didn't like it, but I loved it because it was Cody's. If it was Joey Janela, then no, absolutely not, because Joey doesn't know how to do those shots. He's probably half drunk anyway. But Sean Spears knew what he was doing. He took a pretty good shot to the side of the head. I loved it. I wish they did it again. It was great. And
why would you know? You can't do it again, Ricky, because that's how you get concussions in CT. That's how you get Chris Benoit. You're literally what you're doing is advocating for Chris Benoit.
It wasn't Chris
Benoit. That's what you're saying.
It was one chair shot. It was only.
You just said you want him to do it more.
It was going to be the only time. It was the start of a hot. They've taken Sean Spears seriously, by the way, which I'm happy about. He's actually going to be in
the only
upper mid card. Is going to be in the upper mid card, I guess lower main event scene. Sean Spears is going to be taken seriously for the first time ever.
Yeah, just like everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm telling you, man, it wasn't a bad. It was risky and it was dangerous, but it was the right move. It got us talking about it. It got us talking about it.
As far as I'm concerned, there are two people. Well, no, never mind. I was gonna there are. I don't. And it was wrong. I lost my train of thought.
I don't. I totally disagree. It wasn't wrong at all. I mean, look from Fyter Fest. What happened there? John Moxley won, and the chair shot. What else happened? I mean,
that's about it.
There was a really stupid marquee Street Fighter like six man tag, which was
they've wrestled each other.
Oh, guess who was in it? The Bucks and Kenny Omega. The Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Sexual deviant Kenny Omega.
Yep. Potential sexual deviant.
Potential sexual deviant.
Good probability of being a sexual deviant. Do you think
It was really bad. It wasn't a good show. If it wasn't better than Stomping Grounds. Stomping Grounds was far better.
Yeah. It was more consistent. Way more consistent.
Right.
Yeah.
And better.
This show was bad.
It was not great. It was a step down from what I saw.
Absolutely. Step down from Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Look, they're gonna have some really good shows. Objectively, like they're gonna have some really good shows. Like there's a good amount of talent there. To think that they're gonna consistently be better once they get a weekly storyline with churn out 2 hours of content every week and figure it out. And look, this is something else to talk about, like the way they're gonna book it as like a sport, but I don't know. It's gonna be hard for them to keep up the quality that I think most fans are expecting and will probably be delusional about and ignore, if that makes sense. Like it's just gonna be like, well, it wasn't that bad. It's still great. It's still better than WWE. They're gonna force the fact. So
it's already not better than WWE, right. And they lost they weren't ever gonna. I don't know. I don't see it getting better. If it was, it's all about like keeping like a stasis. And if this is like their middle point, this is not good.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't think you're giving these guys enough credit. I mean, they're
what should I give them credit for?
What are we not giving credit for?
Is that supposed to like? Am I supposed to like be into that?
No.
Like I'm already like embarrassed enough that I watch. Well, not embarrassed, but it's already pro wrestling. Do we need to make it even more like on the nose that it's like nerdy?
No. Well, think about it this way. I'll think about it this way. Think about the people that might leave in WWE.
Leave.
Yeah, maybe Sasha Banks leaves and actually brings some stability to the women.
She's been missing since WrestleMania.
Right. But I'm just saying there's possibilities to upgrade from this point.
She's not a big enough draw to like pull people away.
Right, but then you can get girls from like the indies, the big Tessa Blanchard at least, to give it a little bit of pep.
She's not a draw.
Well, Tessa Blanchard versus Sasha Banks, that's absolutely a draw. What?
All right, look, Banks is a draw, but she's not a big enough draw to like take a large enough chunk from WWE to exclusively watch AEW.
No, but it's going to give AEW a little bit of a little bit of juice, a little bit, because the women's division right now isn't going to cut it. It's just
who's the Britt Baker and the transgender lady?
It's just exactly, and that's all. They're really all about Nyla Rose because that's kind of all they have. I mean, Allie is fine, but she's not that great of a wrestler. Brandy Rose isn't that great of a wrestler. Leva Basis is basically a cosplayer, just kind of wrestling, I guess. But
what's Kylie Ray?
Well, yeah,
Kylie Ray's the Bailey ripoff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and just with Pokemon instead of hugs.
So they just kind of have like the women's division right now, just kind of like novelty acts, wherein Sasha Banks and Tessa Blanchard are actual women's wrestlers that can actually put this division on the map as a second tier division. You know what I mean? And then, with the men's, think about the guys that can pluck from New Japan coming up in January.
Who can they pluck in New Japan?
You never know. I mean, they can get Will Ospreay, I guess, or
you can't say they're gonna pluck guys and say you never know. Will Ospreay's gonna stay in Japan,
but you don't know.
Fucking super over there. No, because Bea Priestley wrestles in Stardom or whatever the fuck it's called, Shimmer.
No, that's the women's. That's the women's, dude.
I know, in Japan.
Oh no.
They're both staying in Japan.
Okay. No, but I'm telling you, man. AEW has a future, but they have to make the right moves. Right now, they're just kind of going with their diverse group right now. I mean, they have the Japanese wrestlers and the Chinese wrestlers. Jungle Boy is getting a boost, I guess.
Nobody gives a shit about Jungle Boy or Luchasaurus, Ricky. Nobody said they didn't have a future. All we said it's going to be hard for them to keep up the quality that was fucking Double or Nothing.
But I'm just saying they're at a good starting point. I mean, they already have John Moxley.
And they fell off hard.
They already fell off.
But it's not even falling off.
A plateau. They fell off a cliff. Like, they broke their neck.
It's not a plateau.
They already had these sort of scheduled. They should have made it build to this or make it a crescendo, because this was like, I don't know, this wasn't good. This wasn't a good pay-per-view. If I paid, well, it was free, thank God.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a paid pay-per-view. It was a free one. It was just a good B pay-per-view. It wasn't as bad as you guys think it was.
Well, there was also tons of empty seats because I saw those pictures on Twitter or on Reddit before they got downvoted to hell.
No.
Information suppression.
Information suppression.
You didn't have to take pictures.
They
dude.
don't want you to know the truth.
Not the truth.
The people who want to go see AEW don't have enough money to go see AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I don't.
Yeah.
They're all broke nerds.
But yeah, I mean, you have to look. We all know that they really thought that Adam Page was going to be that guy, but it's obvious it's going to be MJF. So now they can. MJF
was the best part of the show.
It's the best part of the
all
show.
he did was call the gamers virgins. That's all he did.
Who else can speak?
Right.
Who else can talk on the mic in AEW? Who else can?
Moxley,
and that's
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, not Cody Rhodes.
Rhodes can talk.
He can
like when
wax poetic. I guess he can wax poetic. All right.
Compared to everyone else on the roster, he can talk.
Right. Gotcha.
Jericho. Jericho
right.
can talk.
Talk. Right. But that's 4 out of the 50
really
guys. Yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, I don't want to hear Trent Beretta talk. That's not going to happen. And then Scorpion Skies is going, this is the worst town with that 1.5 year long gimmick.
A lot of them can do backstage stuff where it's like scripted and they can edit it and shit. But
when they can edit it.
Yeah. Hey.
But yeah, right. I'm excited for the future of AEW.
You're bullish on AEW.
I'm bullish on AEW. Only because I like to see different. I like to see different options. That's it.
I'm rooting for it to be good.
Yeah.
Like Tom and I talked about last week. Vince McMahon gets and maintains a fucking monstrous erection from competition.
Yes, exactly.
Having good competition in WWE is crucial to good WWE programming.
Exactly.
And as a wrestling fan, if I have options to watch stuff, I want it. I'm not going to watch all 6 hours a week or 7 if you include NXT.
Right.
That's bananas.
Right.
But I want to have an option.
Right. The better
I don't want to feel bad about watching anything.
The better AEW does, the better WWE does. And that's kind of the point. That's why I'm bullish on AEW. I want them to have.
According to last weekend, WWE isn't going to get any better because AEW didn't set the world on fire this weekend at all.
Mm-hmm. But then you have to think about
the better barometer is going to be October. It's going to be all out and then the weekly show.
Exactly.
These guys have to write weekly shows now, 6 of them or whatever. Okay, they have to compete with the writing staff that the WWE has. Are you kidding me? They could barely write a show that took them 2 months. They had 2 months to do in between Double or Nothing.
No, that's true. How many T-shirts did they sell? Not a lot.
I don't know. I don't know how many T-shirts they sold, but I know there was empty seats, and I know that bullshit storyline that they were doing during the pre-show, about terrible. The band not showing up was stupid. Okay,
yeah,
it was stupid.
The pre-show was
it took
awful.
You 2 months to write that. Are you kidding me? And then you're gonna write shit weekly when you get a TV show in October. You better go to fucking writing school or whatever. Better take some improv classes. Go down to goddamn the Groundlings in LA. Take a couple of classes, all right? Do a couple of open mics because you're not going to be able to fucking write a weekly show. Even if it's an hour, if it's 2 hours, you're not going to be able to do it because you couldn't write 3 hours in 2 months.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
WWE is the best wrestling in the world.
On to the North. Well, we'll take a breather from that.
We'll take a breather, yeah.
Take a breather. On to the North Division. We've got Brock Lesnar's next big thing going up against Matt Hardy version 1's Live for the Moment.
Oh, no.
Ricky, who you got and why?
I'm going to take I'm going to take Matt Hardy's theme because it's the song I would most likely listen to.
Tornado.
Because it's a jokey theme, but it still slaps. You know what I mean?
It's not even jokey. It's a slapper.
Right.
He literally slaps a tornado.
Right. But yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely take Matt Hardy's theme. Yeah, it's a pretty good song actually.
Oh boy. Well, I think to quote the Advocate, Paul Heyman. I have 2 words for you. Matt freaking Hardy.
Oh my god.
People forget. Oh, dude. All right. Heyman's promo at One Night Stand 05 was one of the greatest things. Dude, the interaction between him and then Bischoff, JBL, and Kurt Angle in the stands is like an all-time promo.
It was great.
It's fantastic. JBL, the only reason you're champion is because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays. Fucking JBL is like faking the heart attack. Oh, good times. Yeah, I was going to go for Matt Hardy, too. Tom, that was a good one. That was a good little reference.
I almost forgot where I was going with it.
Imagine that. All right, up next. Gangrel's The Brood. Going up against Chris Jericho's Break the Walls Down. I'm going to break the walls down. I like The Brood. I like that goth funk that it is.
Yeah.
But break the walls down, dude. Come on. You got like the introduction with the countdown and the ball going through the tube. And then the break the walls down. You know, you got all that stuff going on. And the fact that Jericho's... sorry, my voice cracked there. The fact that Jericho's used it since he debuted outside of one night, Survivor Series 2002, when he used King of My World live, performed by Saliva at WWE Times Square. Anyways, Break the Walls Down is just such a good song, dude. Like that kind of... that electro rock that it is. That electro new rock. Oh, it's fantastic. Tom, who you got? Well, Ricky, who you got?
Yeah, I got The Brood all the way.
Oh, okay.
All the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris Jericho's theme is fine. It's fine.
The theme's
but
fun?
But yeah, Chris Jericho's theme is I'm not as big a Chris Jericho mark as you guys are. I don't. Chris Jericho's just fine to me. He's not.
You're not a Chris Jericho mark?
No, he's not even in my top 20.
You've got bad taste. You've got real bad taste.
This show was created under false pretenses then, because I don't know if I could podcast for this long without knowing that.
Jericho, remember when we did that tournament like 2 or 3 years ago on paper?
Yeah.
And Chris Jericho won?
Yeah, versus Edge, right, in the finals, right?
Yeah. But Chris Jericho had to beat so many different people.
Yeah, it was 2-1.
And you voted for him.
Yeah, I did. I'm not going to deny his... how would I say this? He's like Eminem, wherein I don't listen to Eminem, but I can acknowledge that he's great. But I just, whatever. If it was, to me, my personal preference, I wouldn't watch any Jericho matches at all. But I do acknowledge that he's awesome, that he's fantastic, that he's great on the mic, he has a great persona, that he's great on social media, by the way. He's freaking trolling everyone, by the way. Everyone's always taking him serious about...
He told a fan to go fuck their own ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I tell you fuck, huh? I tell you fuck, huh?
Yo, those promos were freaking ridiculous, dude. just in the hotel room, just drinking straight whiskey, just ridiculous. But
all right, Tom, break the tie, champ.
Break the tie.
I have to go Chris Jericho. It's not even a question for me. I don't even really like the Brood's music.
Ooh,
I love it. I still listen to it to this day.
You're a mark.
Yeah, I know. It's all good.
Oh, I gotta tell you guys, my dad fucking broke his heel.
Really?
Yeah, he was trimming. He was off yesterday, and he was trimming some branches off of a tree, and he started to fall. So he said he jumped off the ladder, and then he landed on his feet, squatted, but then he just came down too hard, and he fucking broke his heel.
Jesus,
it's bad.
That's gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he had to go back to the doctor today, and they had to give him he's gonna be out for 10 months.
10 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Out of work for 10 months.
No, not out of work.
Get a brace or something.
Yeah, he's not gonna. But he works out every morning, so it's gonna be that long before he even thinks about doing that.
We can do upper body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he can still get his stuff in. Yeah.
That fucking blows.
He had to crawl across the yard.
Dude, you don't think about breaking your heel.
No, I know. It had to hurt
shit. Man, that would fucking hurt, dude. Wow. All right. Next up, Kurt Angle's Metal. going up against CM Punk's Cult of Personality. Tom, who you got and why?
What's Kurt Angle's called?
Metal. MEDAL.
Oh, okay. I like Cult of Personality
Mm-hmm.
because I just like it better.
Okay. Ricky?
I'm
going metal.
Okay, you going metal?
Dun, 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 dun. Ba-na. Da-na. 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 Da-da-da-da-da-da. Come on, dude. You can't fucking listen to that and not get fired up. Cult of Personality is Cult of Personality is good, right? But Kurt Angle's is better. Okay? It's metal for me. So I'm patriotic.
Right. Okay.
Metal to own the libs.
All right. So I want to tell you guys about a festival that happens in Northern Virginia.
About what?
A festival that happens in Northern Virginia.
Okay.
It's called the Celebrate Fairfax Festival. It's a family event. They usually have
event?
A family event. I'm sorry. There's carnival rides. There's a bunch of vendors. Northern Virginia is the richest area in the country, basically. And of course, I live there, and that's why I don't live there anymore. But anyway, I digress. Last year at the Fairfax Festival, the lead musical guest was none other than Living Color. They played Cult of Personality for rich white people at this Who Gives a Crap festival, where these little kids, these privileged kids, are just sitting around just throwing $100 bills in the air while Living Color just sitting there ripping. It's probably the saddest thing you can do is play in front of these people. So for that, I'm going to choose metal, Kurt Angle. I don't respect Living Color anymore. Can't do it.
All right. You don't respect Living Color?
I don't. What are they doing? Do another song. What are you guys doing? How many times am I going to hear this freaking song? How many times?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
look in my. All right, whatever. Main event. I like this one. This is a tough one. Root of All Evil, Aleister Black, going up against Never Gonna Stop, Edge, performed by Rob Zombie. I'll go first. This is a tough one because very recently I've been listening to Aleister Black's theme a lot. It's actually become the household theme song here in Baltimore.
Oh man,
we play it every Friday night before we go out. My one roommate sent a fucking Snapchat of him in the car with Aleister Black's theme song up, and he'd slowly raise the car seat up to get his face in view. It's a great song, but Never Gonna Stop, I think, is one of the most underrated and greatest theme songs of all time for what it was, for what it is. Right. Just like the way it hits, fucking Rob Zombie's like whiny kind of voice going in. Like it's not as heavy as you think a heavy metal voice would be, but somehow it works really, really well. And just the way he paces the verse and the chorus, and when it goes right into the scream if you want it, 'cause I want it more. Like when that hits, dude, that gets me jacked up every time. So it's Never Gonna Stop for me for those reasons.
Oh.
Tom, who you got?
I think Ricky should go second.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Root of All Evil.
Ooh.
Only because I think this is Edge's weakest theme, which isn't saying much.
Even over his instrumental?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Cause again, I don't like white Rob, black, green Zombie.
That's fair.
I just but at the same time, it still is a good theme. So,
dude, oh, come on, Ricky. All right, fine, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, who you got? Oh no, Ricky, go ahead. Ricky, go ahead. Ricky, go ahead.
No, that was it.
Okay.
Superstar. I can't do the Tony Chimmel. Yeah, I'm going to the Rob Zombie. The Edge. They're never going to stop.
That's the greatest decision you've ever made. Outside of Drew Gulak over.
I was going to say, other than picking Drew Gulak. Oh, speaking of, how's everybody's punishments?
I didn't get to do mine last weekend.
Me neither.
I'll do it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I can potentially actually do it tomorrow, 4th of July, but my beard's not. Reason is I had to shave on Monday because I started my new job this week, but it's a little more lenient, so I'm going to grow the beard out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably do it on Saturday night.
Yeah.
I do want to do it, though. I'm actually kind of excited because I like the chops look.
So, Ricky,
I'm
you
going
don't
to rock
have
the Euron Greyjoy.
Ricky doesn't have an excuse?
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't. But I'm going to watch. Well, mine's going to be enjoyable.
I think Tom should be able to come up with another punishment for Ricky.
For me? What?
I do. I have another punishment for Ricky. Ricky, you must pick an Extreme Rules match right now.
What do you mean pick one right now?
You must make a pick on an Extreme Rules match.
Oh wow. Oh,
right
wow.
now.
Yeah.
Not including the Seth Rollins match.
No, not including the Seth Rollins match.
Oh, then Kofi wins. Kofi beats Samoa Joe. Samoa Job, I'm sorry.
All right.
Don't fucking. Correct. It's not Samoa Job. All right. Ironically, so next week it's Matt Hardy's Slip for the Moment going up against Kurt Angle's Metal. And then in the semifinals, they can't stop meeting each other in our tournaments, but it's Edge is never going to stop going up against Break the Walls Down by Chris Jericho. For Chris Jericho. Again. But speaking, I'm going to grab another beer in a second. But speaking of Metal and Kurt Angle, tomorrow is the 4th of July. And the 4th of July is Independence Day. Which is effectively the birthday of the greatest country in the history of the universe.
Yeah.
And all other surrounding universes, galaxies, movies, whatever you want. Better than Star Wars, better than
time and space.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's everyone doing for the 4th of July first? Ricky, what are you up to? Are you barbecuing?
Yeah, making hamburgers.
Oh, a hamburger, with cheese, right? Because you put cheese on a burger.
No, you don't put cheese on a burger.
I'm going to get another beer for this. Hang on.
Look, you guys, I don't know what kind of weird intergalactic baby stealing thieves, UFOs. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you never ever put cheese on a burger. It baffles me.
That's where you're wrong, because I always put cheese on a burger.
What? Oh my God. If you go to someone's house and they put cheese on a burger, how do you know what kind of cheese it is? How do you know they're using...
I'll ask. I'll accept any cheese.
But why do you have to ask? That's so creepy. Why do you have to ask? Usually you just go to a party and you just grab whatever is there. If there's anything questionable anywhere, I don't ask. I just don't eat it. And when there's a cheeseburger there, I don't eat it. Because I don't know what cheese, I don't know what they...
I don't understand why you don't like cheese on a burger. You make this container argument, which just, I just don't get. And, you had my cheeseburger. I made you a cheeseburger, and it was great. You loved it.
But it was the three of us. It was a fine burger, by the way. It was fantastic. But we're talking about cookout burgers. We're talking about each of us, we picked the burgers, we picked the cheese, and it was fantastic. We all saw what the cheese was. We all saw what the burgers was. It was fantastic.
Why are you concerned?
What are you talking about with the cheese,
do you
Ricky?
think somebody's going to poison your cheese? Do you have some sort of fear?
I'm not accepting second-rate cheese or second-rate burgers. Or
you're assuming they're second-rate, though.
They absolutely are. No one ever takes the time to get premium cheese. No one takes the time to do that.
What do you mean premium cheese? You only need Kraft singles.
No.
Yes.
Fresh slice.
Speaking as a cheeseburger guy, that's all you need.
Preferably, you go to Whole Foods.
You need Kraft American cheese. Singles, and if you want to get fancy, get pepper jack.
Oh my God, pepper jack. who in their right minds is able to get good pepper jack cheese?
All normal people, dude. You don't.
I'm not getting
You're
Food Line
over
brand
exaggerating
cheese.
how high the quality. You spend money on the fucking meat.
So, then why would you put Kraft cheese on a freaking delicious?
Because you're not getting house smoked Angus beef, Rick.
If you're spending like, let's just say you spend $8.99 for like premium beef a pound.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you put 2 for $4 at freaking Food Line cheese on it? That's that.
Well, just go to
I'm
the
not
fucking
talking
deli
about
and
putting
slice
Food Line cheese on it. You get the good cheese.
Just go to the deli.
But
Ricky seems to think that if you buy hamburger, you can't buy good cheese too.
No, but
This is
everyone
like
gets the good cheese.
The crux of your argument is that they're going to put bad cheese on the burger.
They
so
will.
You just only eat the one without cheese.
Ricky, you're speaking from experience. So I don't know what happens at Black BQs, but like, what kind of cheese you guys get?
Who's to say it's not going to be good cheese? I don't get it.
Yeah,
dude, at Black BQs,
you're projecting.
You absolutely, dude. It's from experience. I've had a hard life of terrible burgers. All right, I'm a little shell shocked, man.
Good burgers when you're up there from Mania.
It's probably one of the best burgers I've had in my life.
If that's one of the best burgers you had in your life, that's sad. It was a good burger, but it's just the best.
You know how many barbecues I've went to with overcooked burgers and crappy cheese? I've went to black people's barbecues. I went to white people's barbecues. It's just the burgers are horrible.
You have to cook burgers well done at a big barbecue because you don't want them. You don't want someone who's like gets ill when you get like a medium rare.
Which is great, but you have to understand a lot of black people use 73/27 beef, which is
why
because it's cheap.
It's like literally 70 cents cheaper.
Yeah, I mean it's outrageous. If it was me, I'd use like 90/10 or something, you know, or just a
93/7. Yes. You use 85/15 and you're good.
Right, exactly. But that's a little bit too expensive. You're going into the $5.99, $6.99, $7.99 range when you can just get the clone meat for freaking $2.99 a pound, and you get the big old log for $10. The 5-pound log for $10. That's what people get.
I forgot what we were even talking about before this.
Oh, well, we're talking about what we're doing for 4th of July, and hamburgers are going to be.
I'm working.
You're working.
Yeah.
Get that money, man.
I'm going to party.
Dealing days.
I got to work on Friday, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get. That's why I'm getting bananas tonight. Just gonna have a couple beers. Couple beers and some burgers with cheese, no bun.
Nope. See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you're gonna have no bun, right, you're gonna have a nice.
That's what you call roadkill.
Yeah.
What?
So if you're gonna,
you could order if you order that at like that's what you get at go to Texas Roadhouse and order roadkill. That's what you get.
Yeah, and then the blood kind of escapes.
You get
the
roadkill
burger.
and gravy.
Yeah,
I've never ordered a roadkill before.
It's just like a big hamburger patty that's like shaped into a steak.
That sounds like heart disease.
Right.
Well, that's more or less what you're having.
What do you mean?
You said you're gonna have a burger no bun. That's what I'm saying. Like roadkill is. I guess no gravy.
No, it's literally just a burger patty with the cheese on it. You're saying there's a burger on a steak?
No. It's like a burger shaped into a steak.
Oh, okay.
It's like the cheapest steak.
So it's meatloaf.
Oh, I thought you meant it was on like a steak.
No.
Yeah, that's fine then.
Yeah, so you're basically just eating because the bun is like 150 extra calories you don't need to intake. Just all you need is just exactly. So all you need is just the burger and that's it. There's good seasoning on the burger.
Meat and cheese.
There's no cheese.
The burger.
What are you guys talking about? Unless you're getting,
we're talking about getting normal cheese, Ricky.
Unless you're getting that organic cheese, and no, look.
What are you talking about? Organic cheese? There's no organic cheese. It all comes from the cow's penis.
It needs to come from the cow's penis.
They milk it. It comes from milk.
But there's government cheese out there where people
cheese,
where they slap it on the freaking burger. The
black helicopters coming down, dropping cheese wedges on your families. If you eat it, it's going to turn you into homosexual vampires. Not that there's anything wrong with being a homosexual, but
I once saw a male vampire have sex with another
Jesse,
male
you didn't see the vampires because they're intergalactic.
I once did DMT with Joe Rogan, and we traveled through the cosmos.
Joe Rogan's a smart guy. He's your friend. He's my friend. But Joe Rogan is reciting the George Soros talking points, and he's had me on the show a couple times, but I don't even need to be on. To tell you something, Jesse, why don't you go back to your house in Baja and say, out of this great country, okay, this independent country,
but I no longer live inside of the continental United States because
look, you're out there telling your tip stories.
I was the governor of Minnesota.
I get that, Jesse.
Have you ever held political office?
No, but Infowars.com is...
Well, I know what happens inside of the hive.
What happens inside the hive?
You have the worker bees surround the queen bee.
Well, Hillary Clinton's a lizard.
I would agree with you on that.
We'll leave it at that. But anyways, Ricky, I don't understand how Alex Jones and Jesse Ventura end up on our podcast, along with Sam Frances, but Ricky, you have an unnatural fear of cheese.
No, it's not a natural fear of cheese.
No, it is. That's the funny thing. It is. Right?
It's the unnatural fear of other people's cookout, disgusting, terrible burgers.
Ricky, here's what's going to happen. We're going to be at a cookout, all right?
Okay.
I'm going to be on the grill.
Okay.
Like the leader I am.
Right.
I'm going to look at you as I'm flipping the burgers with my apron on and my hat and my glasses and my ice cold natural light.
Ooh, natural
halfway
light.
done.
I like it.
It's my third or fourth. I'm flipping the burgers, and it's cheese time. You know what I'm going to do?
Okay.
And these are nice medium burgers. I'm going to turn to you.
I like it. Okay.
Who's standing there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm going to say?
What?
How do you want your burger? And you're going to open your mouth, and I'm going to say, shh. And I'm going to start to put cheese on it. You know what you're going to do?
What's that?
You're going to look at me, and you're going to go, stop. Right? You're just going to look at me and go, stop. You know what I'm going to do?
What's that?
I'm going to put the cheese on your burger.
Okay.
Because that's how you enjoy a burger.
You just got cheesed.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
You got dairied, bro.
I got dairied.
All right. Speaking of patriotism, the WWE has been well known to support its troops, thank God. And it's known to be a very patriotic company. Foreign fans hate it because they don't understand what loving freedom is, because they're communists and socialists and whatever you want to label them as. And it's hard to understand American patriotism if you're not from America, because it's actually one of the most fantastic things in the world. It's not even a big deal, but it's a big deal. Anyways, the WWE has introduced a fair amount of American and patriotic characters in its heyday, from mid 80s to not as much recently, but to kind of in modern times. So the question I'm going to pose to the field, in your mind, who are the most patriotic wrestlers ever in WWE history? And Tom, I feel like this is a subject you can really sink your teeth into. So let's kick it off with the chant and get us started.
USA.
Exactly.
USA. Oh, the chant. Okay. Well, arguably the most patriotic would be circa 2013 Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. Could you imagine them doing that today? Even, I mean, you say about like the JBL shit, but even what like Zeb Coulter was saying 5 years ago, imagine that today.
Yeah, that would not fly.
Because they sneak across our borders.
You know who I'm going to go with? Mr. America.
Ooh.
Who was often mistaken for Hulk Hogan.
Right, well, he's not Hulk Hogan at all.
No, he's definitely not Hulk Hogan. But dude, it's in his name. It's in his name. Literally, America's in his name. It can't, he has the flag mask and the flag tights. It comes out to Voodoo Child, which is, performed by Jimi Hendrix, who did the Star Spangled Banner, which is another, a fantastic. It's another great 4th of July tradition. Playing the Hendrix version of the SSB before the barbecue while you're ripping a beer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's Mr. America, who is definitely not Hulk Hogan. Is the most patriotic for me. Runner up is Tori Wilson in that American bikini from Great American Bash 2004.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And third runner up, even though as much as I hate to say this, it's the undercarder at SummerSlam 2002 after he beat Test.
Ooh.
He's waving the American flag up in the Long Island Center, I think it was.
Wait, I have my number 2, and he's actually entering the room right now.
Oh. Who is it? Is this who I think it is? Is this Sammy Sprite?
Hello.
Hey, Sammy, welcome to the program. How's it going?
What's up, Sammy?
I just wanted to tell everybody to have a safe 4th of July, and I love the troops and our boys in blue, and I will be waving the flag in the parade all day long. Have a great show, guys.
What parade?
Well, he's a great character. I mean, from
which parade did he mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I think the 4th of July parade is.
Okay. We're not talking about a parade that happened.
Pretty clear which parade he will be attending. Sam, he's a patriot.
Okay. I know Sammy Sprite loves our first responders.
He's the Yankee Doodle dandy. He's Sammy Sprite.
Well,
he's
from dandy.
He told me once that he has a lot of firefighter and police officer costumes.
Yeah. Well, he likes to dress up. He likes to.
Out of respect. Out of respect, because the heat that the firefighters, that the very in shape young men who fight our nation's fires, the heat that they sustain, he wants to, give full respect by wearing that gear in the tremendous heat at parades. Okay, just making sure. Okay,
interesting.
Right.
Good to have him on the program, though. It's good to have him.
Liberty Bell Park, city of brotherly love. That's where he hails from.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate Philadelphia. Anyways, Ricky, who you got?
All right. So on this Independence Day, of course, we need to pay respects. Unfortunately, to the 9/11 attacks, of course. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. It puts into perspective how short life is, and how sometimes in our society we get tossed around by these fads and all that stuff. But sometimes when stuff like that happens, we're like, oh my God, that's when we heal as a nation. We come together and we try to fight as a nation against terrorism and against evil. Let's travel a little bit further to September 23rd, 2001. Our greatest American hero, Mr. Kurt Angle, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, his hometown.
I thought you were going with that. Olympic
gold medalist. Just days after the horrific attacks, an American hero and a homecoming. For him to have the hometown hero, the American hero, defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin, that dastardly bastard, to win the WWF championship. I'm sorry. Of course, Karen Jarrett over there, celebrating stuff like that. Yay! I'm gonna cheat on you later. But I say that Kurt Angle is the most American WWE superstar of all time in WWE.
That's fair. You know what? Honestly, he might be the most American, not the most American. Beer swilling, gun shooting, ass kicking, no boot licking, ranch owning, ATV riding, beer brewing. Oh, you know what I'm talking. All right, Austin's the most American, and then we've got a pretty good list of Patriots.
Right.
And if you want to join the Patriot forum, you can join on Infowars.com /Patriots to buy our Patriot supplement. And I take it currently, folks. It's here to help you with your testosterone in your lifts there. So check that out on infowars.com/Patriot. Anyways,
and use code the body for an extra 10% off.
Jesse and I have partnered up on a program, and you can catch Jesse at findingbigfoot.com along with Baja Bow Hunting.
A lot of people think that I'm the Bigfoot.
You're not though, Jesse.
No, in fact, I am not.
But if there's one man, outside of Joe Rogan who could take down the Bigfoot or President Donald Trump, it would be Jesse the Body.
I say you, me, Joe Rogan, and Carrot Top.
And Donald Trump.
Go and catch the Bigfoot.
We can take a helicopter from my ranch in Austin.
I still have an underground passage into the governor's house in Minnesota.
It's always great when they're arguing at first and they make up afterwards. It's always great to see that.
I, for one, am very excited for that podcast.
That's a fantastic one.
Carrot Top? They're going to get Carrot Top to go looking for Bigfoot?
If we could get Rogan, Carrot Top, Jesse the Body, and Alex Jones on one podcast, 245 is all you need. With some whiskey. I'm sure
they're going to push it to 310 at least.
Yeah, they'll go. Let's go to the East.
Yes.
We've got some songs here. We don't have like a bona fide main event, so we're just going to go down. Anyways, our opener is Undisputed. The Undisputed Era's theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Going up against Slow Chemical. Kane. Tom, who you got and why?
This is tough. I think... man. I'm going to be a little bit of a prisoner of the moment, and I'm going to go with Undisputed. What's the song called again?
Undisputed. It's just called Undisputed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that the best.
Ricky,
Kyle O'Reilly just strumming the guitar.
Dude, Kyle O'Reilly's. We'll talk entries another day, but yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go with. This is a hard one because I like both of them equally. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Undisputed.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shock the System.
Yeah,
Slow Chemical is a good song, but like, dude, Undisputed has that sleazy grooviness to it.
Yeah,
that's perfect for a heel faction like them.
Right.
Okay. Up next, we've got an ECW matchup.
Ooh.
If Taz is If You Dare going up against RVD's One of a Kind.
Ooh.
I'm going to go first. Even though Taz is a good song, RVD's blows it out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
The introduction with like the time warp and the One of a Kind. It's just a better song.
Okay.
By every metric, it's better.
Okay.
For me.
I want to hear
Ricky?
Tom's response because I'm going to pick Taz.
Ooh. You're going to pick Taz?
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick RVD. It's not even a question. I don't even know how Taz got this far. Because it's a generic Jim Johnson bullshit theme. It's whatever. It's so bad. I don't like it at all. And you know what, Taz? Fuck yourself, okay?
It's a rocket buster.
Yeah, you have like 4 lines. You're like the 5 moves of doom of commentary. Okay,
just a bunch of belly to belly.
What was the line where he's standing in the Ray Dunn stable and Tori Wilson's bikini contest goes, "Oh, why's my hand on my?"
Yeah.
Vicky, why'd you?
I'm also a big fan of RVD's current lifestyle.
Oh yeah, him in a fucking jacuzzi filled with fat asses and thongs and porn stars.
Just
and high off his
sloppy-bodied women.
High off his rocker.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
He's living the dream.
Is their life better than RVD's right now? He wrestles like twice a year. He's a
millionaire.
He's a millionaire. Like he has Katie Forbes on his. He has Katie Forbes on his person, just like, oh my god, and he's just like, whatever. I'm RVD. I'm like, oh my
Katie
god.
Forbes? Is she hot? I don't even know what she looks like.
Oh boy.
Black hair porn star with tattoos, big tits. Can't miss her.
Yeah.
Is she like a current porn star, or is she like?
I don't watch porn, so I don't know.
No, she you know what she is? She has a.
She's a wrestler too, apparently.
Yeah. She has a Caitlyn.
Here's her with Scarlett Bordeaux.
She has a Caitlyn body. It's almost the exact same, except for
she's a little less muscular.
A little less muscular. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's more feminine. And
Tom, I'm gonna copy and paste an image in Discord for you to peruse.
Yeah,
I just posted that one. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Hey, I'm slapping that.
Yeah, look at him here.
He can't see anything.
Yeah, it's just
Return of Candyland. RVD's in all black, looking like a waiter at Applebee's, high off his ass.
Do you think he's moved on to like Shatter, or do you think he's still with like a Flower?
Everything.
Flower guy.
Everything. All right.
He's the best. I love RVD so much. Oh my gosh.
Dude, like our RVD 98, 99 versus
oh my gosh.
Seth Rollins 2014.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Throw it up. All right, well, that goes up.
Yeah.
Next up,
mm-hmm.
we've got Get the Tables, the Dudley Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the midgets? Oh! They're so tiny. Dude, look at RVD's face. He's got no idea what's going on.
He doesn't. He's not even there. He's up in the stratosphere, okay?
Katie Forbes just like parading her stuff, which she should do. And RVD's just clouded. Dude, the absurdity of this image. the Candyland thing in the background, the two midgets.
The two members of the Lollipop Guild. Yeah, freaking.
I thought those were Oompa Loompas.
They're Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, Oompa Loompas. And then you have freaking Katie Forbes, who's not, I don't know, a 90 basically, not even a 90. It's like she's in public with nothing on basically. Freaking
RVD with an untucked black shirt.
Look like he's going to like a black party or something, a black person like a P Diddy party or something, and all black. He looks like a record executive or something.
He's living the dream. All right. Next up, the Dudley Boys. Dudley Boys Get the Tables, and the Rock's theme song, "Electrifying." Tom, you lead us off this time.
It's The Rock.
That doesn't. That's a great theme song, brother, but not for the Dudleys. Get the fucking tables, dude. Don't be breaking the frame. Break the whole damn table. Kind of like Cain and Abel, a bit unstable.
Yeah, I gotta
look. The Rock song is good, but the Dudleys. Oh.
The Dudleys slaps too hard. Yeah, I'm going with the Dudleys.
Wow. This is an ECW centric thing. I love it.
I can't get over that picture again. Hold on, I gotta see it again. It's so ridiculous. Because it's just he's like out of. This is the most ridiculous picture I've ever seen in my life. It's the background with the lollipops. RVD's sitting there looking like he's lost his puppy or something, but he's happy about it. He's happy he lost his puppy.
Hey, pizza!
Hey!
The next like line though out of RVD's match is, "Oh man, where do these fucking midgets come from?"
Like 20 minutes later, he turns around.
Oh shit! Where'd you little guys come from? Like.
All right. And finally, the main event. Shane McMahon's Here Comes the Money. Going up against Stacy Keibler's Legs, which is a cover of ZZ Top's classic.
Ooh.
Ricky, who you got and why?
Damn.
It's interesting that I was in Vietnam with one of the members of ZZ Top.
Oh, were you?
The guitarist.
But there's two guitarists, aren't they? Which one?
You tell me.
That's a good one.
Jesse, I heard you once, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well could be. I heard this from a trusted friend source. I heard you once entered solo hand-to-hand combat with a howler monkey in Brazil. Is that right?
That story is greatly exaggerated.
Oh.
What can you walk us through it? Was it one howler monkey or like a pack of them? Or
it was 2 howler monkeys, and I wasn't unarmed. I used a stick that I found on the ground.
how long was the stick?
Oh, okay.
6 to 8 inches.
Oh, so not a big stick.
No.
You won because you're standing here.
Correct.
Did you have to how do I put it? Neutralize
both
the
of the
primates.
arms out of their sockets.
There we go. All right, Jesse, we got to let you go for now.
They were still alive.
Jesse, we'll get back to you in a bit. We gotta finish up this tournament, but I definitely want to talk to you about the Howler Monkey.
Yeah.
Legs by Stacy Keibler versus Here Comes the Money. Shane McMahon. Ricky, who you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Legs by ZZ Top. Yeah, or ZZ Top, or was it Kid Rock?
Jim Johnson, whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
Well, ZZ Top had the original.
Yeah. And then I thought it was Kid Rock, but I guess it was Jim Johnson.
I had such good memories watching her entrance video in Smackdown 2002.
Oh my gosh,
the video game. It's got wrestler mode. Shut the door to the basement.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guilty.
Guilty. You got me.
Dude,
have you ever seen the Starsky and Hutch remake with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson?
No, I missed something like the clip.
At the end, so like Vince Vaughn is the bad guy and he's a drug dealer, but he's like disguised as like a humanitarian. You know what I mean? So at the end, they're like auctioning cars off, and that's where they're hiding the coke in the cars. Anyway, but Vince Vaughn goes up on stage, and Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller are in character. You know what I mean? And undercover. And Vince Vaughn starts off his speech. He just goes, "Who here has made a mistake?" And Ben Stiller and his character just raises his glass and goes, "Guilty." Like, it's a great scene.
All right. Well, I'm going Shane McMahon. Here Comes the Money is a classic. Some people say the dance makes a theme, but I think the dance or the song exhibits the dance and encourages it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, like, look, Legs is a great song. Stacey Keibler is a beautiful, intelligent, wonderful woman. But Shane McMahon's theme, Baltimore, right? I mean, I'm not a Baltimore guy. I hate Baltimore, but yeah, Shane McMahon for me, pretty easy, honestly, like very easy. You know, kind of like embarrassingly easy. So, Tom, the champ.
You gotta go with the money, baby.
Okay, sounds good to me.
It's a great theme.
If you ain't talking money, then you talking don't matter.
Ching, ching, blink, blink.
So, our semifinals next week. RVD versus the Undisputed Era, and then the Dudley Boys versus Shane McMahon. Should be fun to do that. All right. You semis. Raw this week was a fantastic step up from what we've seen over the past years. Now, a lot of people are crediting it to Paul Heyman's involvement, which could very well be true, because reportedly he was sat next to Vince McMahon the whole time. There was also a report that all the creative stuff, as opposed to having a big production meeting before the show, it was only Vince and one of the other production managers, so they didn't need to change a lot. So apparently they came in organized with a plan. Heyman was, next to Vince. Just to kind of run everyone through the show, what was different about it. So usually when you watch a Raw,
Tyler Breeze and Roderick Strong is about to start on NXT.
We're doing a podcast.
I know.
So usually when you're watching Raw, you go through the, Then Now Forever stuff, and then someone's theme hits. It's, Seth Rollins, Baron Corbin, whomever. They come out, cut a quick 4-minute promo. Here's what happened last week. Someone else comes out. Another person comes out. Someone else comes out. Sets up 1 to 2 matches for the night. Rinse, wash, repeat. Happens almost like clockwork. But not this week. This week, we come through from the opening, go right into Strowman and Lashley in a Falls Count Anywhere match. You get the huge spot off the stage, with the pyrotechnics and the electric work. You get an uncensored Corey Graves, holy shit, which is the most shocking part of the night. And then right after that, they're doing the whole updates. They show him, Brock broke his pelvis, which is Vince's humor. Lashley did whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously throughout the course, then everyone's like saying, yeah, we're thinking about Lashley and all that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then you cut into your next match right away, which is a tag team match with Kofi Kingston. It was the New Day versus Samoa Joe and the Viking Raiders, and Samoa Joe choked Kofi Kingston out clean in the middle of the ring. When I say clean, guys, I mean clean as a fucking whistle. Yeah. I mean clean as in like a master gilded hotel cleaner coming in and rubbing down a desk. Like it's spotless clean. Like almost embarrassing for Kofi clean, Like it was that, like, Joe, he choked him out. He taught him a lesson. Anyways, then we finally get into our first promo, which was backstage. There was no in-ring shit until like an hour and 45 into the show, which is unheard of. It's Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson messing around with AJ, talking about how he almost lost his match and maybe doesn't have it anymore. And, he needs to challenge Ricochet for the U.S. belt, blah, 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 which would set a storyline for the night. It wasn't a one-off segment and you wouldn't hear from him until next week. You would come back to it multiple times, culminating in a massive angle at the end of the show. Again, then you go into some absurdity with the whole Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch versus the Kanellis stuff, which was jarring in the most appropriate sense of the word, but it was bad, but in an entertaining way.
Right.
It wasn't bad in a boring way, which is how you could describe most Raw stuff. Mm-hmm. It was entertaining because you were like watching it and you really wanted to watch it to figure out what the hell was going on. And it was so weird. But it was
uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable because you haven't seen the Kanellis in like years.
Right.
Effectively. But like, you'd rather be uncomfortable and take a shot on something like that than just have it be, standard boilerplate.
Right? I thought this was great. Mm-hmm. They're gonna do this weird angle, where Mike is a
cuckold.
A cuckold, yeah. He's getting abused by his wife. It's interesting. It's great. It's empowering to women.
I dig it.
Sort of. I guess it can be offensive too, because
to men.
Yeah. To men.
Men's feelings matter, dude.
Are you an MRE, a men's rights activist?
No. There's some things that I think men's get screwed on, like court rulings for child custody.
Oh my gosh.
Some divorce proceedings are bananas. Suicide rates for men are awful. Stuff like that. But I'm not going to go around as like a men's rights activist. I think both sexes have equal
You're
rights.
You're a bootstraps guy.
No, bootstraps just a phrase for white people to tell colored people to like do it yourself.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I'm privileged and I know it, but I'm just gonna live life and not worry about shit because that's the best part about privilege. I'm just gonna do my own. So, anyways, Raw. So there's a couple.
Carmella has her first match ever on Raw.
Carmella did. She pinned Alexa Bliss in a roll up. Then her and Nikki Cross had a match. Nikki Cross beat her, furthering the Alexa Bliss Nikki Cross angle about who deserved the match, which was great. Alexa Bliss, holy shit, she looked like tight on Monday in her abs. Like she looked like she had really toned up. Mm-hmm. Good for her on that. I'm trying to think, Seth Rollins. We talked about that. Oh, Lacey Evans had a match with Natalya. Baron Corbin feared, which is great. I kind of like that they're having the men like Baron Corbin, mess with Natalya. Like that was a good little spot. Was it a great match? No, but it furthers the angle of the intergender or mixed tag gimmick that they're working.
Right.
So that was good. But anyways, one of the best parts of the night. So the club goes up to Ricochet. He starts talking shit to him about how, AJ's going to beat him for the title and how, he's just a kid and a punk and blah, blah, blah. And, Ricochet's like, I don't want any trouble, but if you guys want a match, we'll do it in the ring. And the club and Gallows go, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Go back to AJ, right after commercial, go up to AJ and say, hey, man, like, Ricochet says he's gonna beat you. You don't have it anymore. AJ's like, "Are you sure he said that?" I go, "Yeah. I mean, like, you deserve the shot at the U.S. title. You need to go there and challenge him for it. And you can't shake his hand. You got the real AJ Styles, which the AJ Styles I remember from Japan, would slap him in the face." So you know what? It's a continuous segment. They cut AJ walking around. He finds Ricochet, goes up to him, starts talking shit, points at the belt, goes, "I'm challenging you for this tonight." Ricochet extends his hand. Styles slaps the ever-loving piss out of him. Like, wow.
That's a mustard on it.
He does. Crowd goes, "Oh!" Ricochet slaps him back. Crowd goes bananas. The crowd is jacked up at this point. Like, they couldn't be more excited over that segment. It was one, like, honestly, like, for a backstage segment, it was the hottest I've heard the crowd in a while.
Right.
Which was great. And then Ricochet and AJ Styles main event in Raw again. 2 weeks in a row, which is absurd. So you get, the Styles Ricochet gimmick. Styles wins, quote, the first fall with a forearm. Ricochet's foot was under the ropes. And we'll get into that in a second, why they restarted it. But they restarted it. They work another 10-minute match. Ricochet pins AJ in this really cool pan roll-up sequence. I don't know if you guys remembered it or not. He was on the top rope. He goes for like a sunset flip. AJ counters. Then Ricochet hits like this cool Hurricane Rana into a backslide type deal.
Okay.
Pins him. Gallows and Anderson are circling the ring. AJ, shakes Ricochet's hand. Gallows and Anderson hop up on the ropes. AJ looks at him. He's getting ready to defend him. It's literally shades of the angle he worked with Cena 3 years ago. He yells at him as he's getting ready to fight him. "You wanted to see the real AJ Styles?" He goes, "Well, you were right." Turns around, punches the shit out of Ricochet, clocks him. They work their gimmick. Heel AJ doesn't hold back from his punches. He's got really good strikes, really good fists.
Right.
They do their thing. Gallows and Anderson come in and hit a magic killer. Styles is on the top rope. Signals them to come over. They toss Ricochet up. Styles sits at top rope. Styles clash, which looked fantastic. And then Raw ends with a turned AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson. Boots on Ricochet, throwing up the too sweet. The club is back. So let me open up to you guys. What was so different about Raw between this week and the past that made it better? Because we were all chatting during it, and it was the most active we were during a Raw ever. In just terms of talking, like how much we were on the same page and how consistent it was.
Right.
Like, what were some of the things you guys saw that they did differently this week that made it better? Like, what were some of the things that really appealed to you?
It didn't start off with a 20-minute talking segment. That was huge. There wasn't a lot of talking during the whole show. It was later on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before they really did anything. It was all like backstage, like quick, so like, what do you think about your match kind of stuff? And then it was out to the ring. It was great.
Yeah.
I think what a wrestling show should be.
I think it was a sense of urgency too. It just seemed like it.
They teased the Undertaker the whole. Did the Undertaker show up?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. We're going to talk about that because it's forgettable. Carter showed up.
Undertaker, you meant?
Did his thing. Oh, rest in peace. The crowd is only here because they didn't know I was coming. You're a dead man. I'm the Reaper of lost souls. Whatever. Roman didn't show up too.
He didn't.
Yeah, we're big Roman guys here. But it's kind of great not having him.
Yeah, it's always good to give him a little time off.
Yeah,
I think that was the point. I didn't know he wasn't there, which was good. Like, it still felt like a freaking amazing show because I think they realized, number one, they're positioning like Ricochet is almost like the top babyface almost. Well, I mean, Seth Rollins of course is, but they're like making him into a really big deal.
Well, according to reports, Paul Heyman is very high
on Ricochet. Yeah.
That got that Ricochet.
Well, look, I'll speak from experience. Like, my roommate's casual knowledgeable. Like, they can name some of the wrestlers and some of the guys, they'll watch NXT, but like, they love Ricochet.
Yeah.
Like they all love Ricochet. He's fun to watch in the ring. He's awful on the mic. He needs a lot more work and needs more time on it to get better. Like you can't just pull the mic away and say you don't do it. Like you got to give him time to grow. Like he's so fucking good in the ring, dude. He's so exciting to watch. His flips are cool. Like he sells. Yeah,
sells like a freaking maniac.
But dude, that fucking heel turn. It was 10:56. They're standing in the ring. My roommate's like, "What's gonna happen?" I'm like, "We saw this 3 years ago. Like literally, we saw this exact thing 3 years ago. 3 years ago, just watch." Styles hits the punch. Fucking text messages blow up. One of our guys is like out of the house. He goes, "Styles belongs back on Scumbag Smackdown. Classless. Get him out of here." Blah blah blah. Ricochet is the perfect face to have Styles turn on because Ricochet is universally loved. There's no other than maybe Rollins, and even Rollins, it's questionable. But Styles is he's one of those guys too who's always going to be over. So Ricochet was probably the only guy outside of maybe Kofi that you could turn him on and have it work and have him get booed as the bad guy. Even though it wasn't even getting booed that much. Like there was some cheers. You saw a lot of Too Sweets up in the crowd afterwards because everyone's a Bullet Club mark. But I think the heel turn was well done. It makes sense. It finally gets a top credible heel on the show, which they don't have. Finally, you can do the whole Rollins and Corbin gimmick. You can wrap up Ricochet and Styles if you even want to do it. And then you do Styles, Rollins at SummerSlam, heel Styles, babyface Rollins, and then you run with it. So I'm excited. Club heel Styles is my favorite styles. I've talked about this multiple times. Like, I'm excited for the promos. I'm excited to see how they use Gallows and Anderson because rumors they signed their deal. So hopefully they're utilized correctly. So we'll see. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I thought it was a really well done Raw. It was a really good end to the show.
I can't wait to see what Heyman does with Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Oh, Aleister Black's open invitation to Extreme Rules is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
People are thinking it could be Randy Orton. Because it's tough because you don't want to job Aleister Black out right away because you want him to win.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's going to be Bray Wyatt. People think it's going to be Bray Wyatt, but I don't think it's going to be that.
And it's not going to be like Velveteen Dream because Orton can lose and still maintain his spot, and Black can lose to Orton, worst case scenario, and like have it not be terrible, you know. But anyways. You can just see the Black Mass counter into an RKO.
Oh yeah, he just
Orton catches the leg, spins him around RKO, or he ducks the kick. So, all right, we got the West Division, and let me tell you, this division is fucking stacked. It's bonkers. So let's start with Christian's Just Close Your Eyes, done by Waterproof Blonde. And then Ricky, hopefully you listen to this song. Get Ready to Fly, AJ Styles TNA theme song.
Oh, man.
I'm going Get Ready to Fly, even though I like Waterproof Blonde. Get Ready to Fly just kind of hits for me. Even though I like the organs at the beginning, if that's what you call it, of Just Close Your Eyes. That's Christian's thing, but yeah, Get Ready to Fly for me. I just like the song. I think it works for Styles, but yeah. Tom, who you got?
Oh, I had to go with Christian's music.
You said it was one of your top 5, right?
Yeah. I don't really like that second AJ Styles song.
Ricky?
I'm gonna go ahead. I just had to listen to it again. I like Christian's theme. Christian's themes are very underrated. I liked all of his themes. Christian. I like that one.
It is a banger. Dude, they kind of killed it with the second version of Just Close Your Eyes.
Yeah.
But like the Waterproof Blonde version is very, very good.
Very good. It's like it's almost Cranberries like almost.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
It does. Next up. This guy's a multiple time appear. Anyway, so we've got Triple H's My Time going up against Chris Benoit's whatever.
Ooh.
Tom, who you got and why?
Uh,
Separate the wrestler from the theme.
I guess I got to go with Benoit. I liked Benoit's music at the time. Is this the one with the words?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no holding me back. Oh, that's a great song. Ricky, who you got?
I'm gonna go with My Time. It was just
Okay.
I don't know. It's just I just like well, you're not gonna. I'm the biggest Triple H mark anyway, but just all of his themes were just so great. And then I'm like, I like Chris Benoit's theme, I guess, but if I didn't choose half of Edge's themes, then why would I choose Chris Benoit's theme too? So
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, what's the comparison there?
I mean, their themes were sort of similar, a little bit.
I'm going whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Benoit.
Ah,
I like My Time. I've said before, whatever is my top 3. All right. We got 2 big matches now. These are huge ones. Massive. All right. We're going to go up top. John Cena's The Time Is Now going up against AJ Styles. Phenomenal. Tom, who you got and why?
I got to go with AJ Styles here. It's the best. It's the best music in wrestling right now.
You think so?
Maybe. It might be. It probably is.
Ricky, I know who I'm going. Who you got?
what was the first one again? I'm sorry.
The Time Is Now.
Oh, John Cena. Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and go with John Cena's. I like his a little bit better, but that's not saying much because AJ Styles' theme is incredible, but I like John Cena's better. It stands the test of time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm picking John Cena.
You know what, Ricky? My vote is going to be a repeat of the classic SummerSlam 2016 match.
Mm-hmm.
Styles Clash, phenomenal forearm, 1, 2, 3, clean, middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Styles marches on.
Alrighty.
The Time Is Now is great. But like every time, I don't listen to Styles' theme for a bit, and then I just listen to it again.
It's just bangs.
And the bells, dude. Oh, the bells and the fucking tambourine.
It's just
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's fantastic.
All right. And then our main event. Holy shit, our main event. Edge's Metalingus.
Oh.
Going up against Triple H's The Game.
Oh.
And look, before anyone votes, if I was going through all 64 themes and these two were separate, different, conferences, and I had a guess, I would have thought that these two would have been in the championships. It makes sense. It's like Patriots Saints. Like two really safe teams to pick every year to go to the championships. So Ricky, who you got and why?
Probably 2 songs with the greatest first 15 seconds. Oh man, I got to pick quickly. This is wrecking my brain. Metalingus. Oh my god.
Okay.
That didn't hurt my heart. But they're the 2 best themes in the tournament. I don't know what to say.
Fuck. This is ringing my brain.
Oh my god. You think I know me? Oh my god. You just. Oh.
All right, Tom, I'll go because I want you to decide as champ. You get that favor.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. I'm gonna go the game. Because Ricky said, the best opening 15 seconds. That would be The Game.
Oh my god.
The crash of the drums and the guitar. Come on, dude.
Oh,
Just the way it flows. And it's so entrance aside, the way the song flows,
Right.
like with everything crashing in the background, good little piss from a smoking gun, and then it just fucking times perfectly where the vocals stop and it's like, and then everything fucking hits, the water comes up, and then it starts crashing again. Oh, yeah, it's the game for me. And Metal League is so fucking good, though.
I know, right?
It's the same burden. It's the same burden against it. Because I feel so unpure doing it. Like, I feel like I need to shower, and I will. But, Tom, champ, take us home.
I gotta go with Metalingus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking that burden off of me.
Woo.
Sorry. I mean, you're
Wow.
welcome.
Wow.
What I want to hear your reasoning behind this.
Yeah.
I just prefer it.
What do you? Is it more you don't like the game, or
The game is that the Jim Johnson kind of.
it's Motorhead, dude?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, never mind. I'm thinking of the other one, but no, still, Metalingus over Motorhead.
Wow, man, I feel dirty.
Yeah, I know.
We've got two really good matchups next week. Edge goes up against Christian, and AJ Styles goes up against Chris Benoit.
Oh,
They're both Georgia boys, if you think about it. Cool. All right. Well, that wraps up the quarterfinals.
yeah.
Any closing notes, champ? Anything you want to talk about before we wrap the show up? I'm sure you've got something on your mind.
I don't have anything to say, but
imagine that.
do we have some updates on what happened in the land of the rising sun?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it. Sunday is the start of G1, and we have Kota Ibushi and Kenta, dude, in the first round match. It's gonna be great, and Okada Tanahashi. It's gonna be fantastic.
Maybe Kota Ibushi will finally break his neck.
Yeah, exactly. If Mike will allow me, Mike, what Sonata and wait?
Yeah, he's giving you the go home.
No, but it's gonna be Sonata versus Sabre Jr. Mike,
Time to wrap it up.
Mike.
Thanks for joining us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, all that stuff. Twitch. Have a happy and safe 4th of July. Don't blow your hand off like Jason Pierre-Paul did a couple years ago. Rest in peace, Jared Lorenzen and Pero Aguayo Sr.
Rest in peace. Rest in power.
Yes.
Also, don't drink and drive.
Yep.
Please do not.
Unless, no, don't drink and drive.
No.